Welcome, everyone. In this explainer, we're diving into one of the most powerful spiritual texts out there, the Heart Sutra. But here's the twist. We're looking at it through the really practical, down-to-earth perspective of Master Nan Huai-Chin. So this isn't going to be just dry philosophy. We're talking about a real, direct path to understanding ourselves. So let's get right to it. How can just 260 ancient characters possibly free you from anxiety? I mean, it sounds like a pretty wild claim, doesn't it? But what's so amazing is that the Heart Sutra offers this radical solution to something that feels so modern, that constant buzz of stress and worry. We're going to dig into exactly how this timeless text says it can be done. All right, so this is the Sutra for Modern Life. And the first thing we've got to do is kind of shift our perspective. Master Nan Huai-Chin really drives this home. This is not just some religious text you chant. Think of it more like a super precise psychological manual, a guide for actually understanding and transforming your own mind. And you know what? It doesn't mess around. The Sutra tells you its purpose right out of the gate with this line: to overcome all suffering and distress. There's no mystery, no ambiguity at all. It's a guide with a super clear, totally practical goal to give us a way to move beyond that fundamental struggle that, let's be honest, we all go through. And what's so incredible is that pretty much everything you need to know is packed right into these opening lines. It's like, boom, the sutra gives you the diagnosis for what's wrong and the prescription for how to fix it all in one go. It's the entire journey, right there, in a nutshell. All right, our next section, seeing reality anew. So, what is the diagnosis then? Well, the sutra says something pretty profound. Our suffering, it's not actually caused by what's happening out there in the world. It comes from a core misunderstanding of who we think we are and how reality even works. It all boils down to perception. And this right here is the key that unlocks the whole thing. The core practice is to illuminate and see. It's about shining this bright light of awareness on your own moment-to-moment experience and seeing for yourself that these 5 skandhas, the very things we think make up ourself, are in fact empty. Okay, so what on earth are these skandhas? Well, the word literally means heaps or piles. Imagine 5 piles of stuff. The sutra is basically telling us that what we think of as our solid, unchanging self, the me we carry around all day, isn't one solid thing at all. It's just a temporary mashup of 5 different processes that are always in flux. Let's break it down. It starts with form. That's your body, the physical world, everything you can touch and see. That form creates a feeling, a raw sensation, like pleasure or pain. Immediately, your mind jumps in with perception, slapping a label on it. Good, bad, I like this. This triggers volition, your mental habits, your impulses, what you do about it. And all of this happens in the vast space of consciousness. See the chain reaction? The problem is we grab onto this whole bundle of processes and think, this is me. And that right there is the root of our suffering. Okay, let's get into it. Form, emptiness, and everything. We're now moving into what is probably the most famous and, let's be real, the most confusing part of the Heart Sutra. This is where the text really challenges us to flip our entire view of reality on its head. So you hear this: form is not different from emptiness. Emptiness is not different from form. Form itself is emptiness. Emptiness itself is form. I know, it can sound like a total riddle, right? But it's not trying to be tricky. It's actually a super direct, literal description of how things are. It's telling us that the solid world of form, everything we see and touch, is completely inseparable from its true nature, which the sutra calls emptiness. And this is a really, really important point. When we hear the word emptiness, our minds usually go to a big black nothingness, a void. But that's not it at all. In this context, emptiness means that all things are empty of existing all by themselves. Think about it. A table isn't just a table on its own. It's a temporary arrangement of wood, a tree, nails, a designer's idea. You get the picture. And guess what? The same goes for us. Nothing exists in a vacuum. Everything is interconnected. Okay, the path of contemplation. So we've got this huge insight, this big idea, but so what? I mean, how do we actually get there? It's one thing to nod along and say, yeah, that makes sense, but it's a whole other thing to really experience it. And that's what's cool. The sutra gives us a clear method. The key is a practice called guan. Now, it's often translated as contemplation, but that can sound a little passive, like you're just sitting around thinking. It's way more dynamic than that. This is an active, wide-awake observation of your own mind as it's happening in real time. It's all about learning how to look inward with total clarity. So how do you actually do this? Well, you watch. It's that simple and that hard. Let's say a wave of anger suddenly washes over you. The usual reaction is to either push it down or lash out, right? Instead, you just observe it. You see it for what it is, a temporary burst of energy. It's not you, it's not permanent. You just watch it, clearly and without judgment, until it naturally fades away. That is what it feels like to directly experience the emptiness of the Skandhas. Okay, next up, the wisdom beyond words. Because this path, this practice of looking inward, it doesn't just end with a neat intellectual idea you can talk about at parties. No, it leads to something much deeper. It culminates in a state of being that you can't even really put into words, a state of genuine, unshakable freedom and peace. And after laying out this whole roadmap to wisdom, the sutra does something amazing. It distills everything, all the insights, all the practice, down into a single powerful mantra. And this isn't presented as some kind of magic spell. It's more like the sonic embodiment of this incredible, liberating wisdom. This mantra, right here, is the grand finale of the entire journey. And according to the tradition, its real power isn't just in what the words mean. It's in the sound itself, in the vibration. It's said to be the actual sound of enlightenment, of awakening. Gate para samgate, bodhi swaha. The translation beautifully captures the whole path. Gone beyond, gone completely beyond. Awakening, so be it. And in the end, that's what this is all about. The Heart Sutra isn't asking you to just believe something, it's giving you an invitation. An invitation to look inward, to try this practice of clear seeing, and to walk the path for yourself. To go beyond.